In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the activities that I use to practice with the students reading and writing. Remember that reading a variety of genres helps to learn text structures and language that students can then transfer to their own writing. So basically, reading affects writing and writing affects reading. So we know for a fact that students don't love reading. They consider it boring, especially if they can choose the book. So for this activity, I let them choose their favorite book. And then I use a reading report format. The format, as you can see, has four parts. The first part is for general information, such as the student's name, the name of the book, and the chapter's title. Okay. Now, the second part asks for a little bit more information, okay, such as the characters who appear in the chapter and then a summary of the same chapter. Now, the third part has a words I learned section, and in it, the student has to share the new learned word, the chapter, the page where he or she found it, and they also have to look for the meaning of the word and write the sentence in which the word was being used. And the last part, as you can see, is just a tiny space for them to share their favorite part of the chapter. I'm going to share with you three examples of the reading reports from the students. This one is my first example, and it's from a second semester student. She's studying chemistry. Well, this is one example of a reading report. As you can see, she was reading chapter number 1. She put the name of the book, which is A New Earth, the chapter's title, which is The Flowering of Human Consciousness, and she also shared the name of the characters who appear in that first chapter. Now, you can be very specific with the students how long you want the summary to be. You can actually tell them to be, I don't know, 10 lines long, or make it longer, or maybe shorter. You can also add in the words I learned section how many words you want them to select. As you can see, they use the word. They also mention the chapter in which they found it, along with the page where the word was, the meaning. They have to look for the meaning. Some of the students did it in Spanish, you're going to see, and also they use the sentence in which they found the word. This last part is the one that I always enjoy the most, because then you get to see an even like a summary of the summary. They share with you why they like that part, and that's always something nice to read. This second example, it's from a second semester student, but he's from telesecundaria. Now, as I told you at the beginning, remember that students sometimes make it longer or shorter. As you can see, he was reading chapter 2. The name of the book was The End of Eternity, and he actually shared the name of the author. It's something that you can also add here. The chapter's title, the characters who appear in this chapter, and the summary. Now, the words he learned, if you can see the meaning, he put it in Spanish. And then he respected the sentence in which he found it, which was in English, and then the last part, which was the part that he liked the most. So this one was an even shorter summary than the first one, but it was okay because the chapter was shorter than the previous one. This last and third example, it's from a second semester student, but she's studying English. So this one is another reading report. As you can see, she put the chapter she was reading. She also put the information about the name of the book, and she shared the name of the author. Well, authors in this case, the chapter's title, and the characters who appear. Her summary, I think this one was longer, but I had to cut it. The words that she learned and the meaning, which she actually wrote in Spanish, but the sentence was in English as she found it. Now, this one is a part that I really like to focus on, because in this one you get to see if the students understood what they were reading, and especially if they enjoy what they were reading. This activity, you can use it to check students' spelling mistakes and also grammar. I would really like to thank my students who consented their work to be presented. Thank you very much.